Continuing forward, we're going to do an open-ended reading and just see what the universe has to say about things today. What does the universe have to say today? Let's look and see. Okay, what's our topic? What's the overview today? I have the top one, yes. The orator, communication and confidence. Okay, the orator, what's being said? Communication, confidence, perhaps on endings. But let's see. So the first thing out is about simplify. Simplify. Okay, let's see what. Okay, we'll go ahead and use the Siddhartha Tarot with this again today. Simplify. Simplify. Okay. When we look at what's coming in, simplify. When it comes to the harvest, what we see coming in, again, don't get too complicated with all of this at the moment. We'll just sit with what's coming as it's coming. Yes, we don't like the harvest. We don't like many times what we're seeing is coming in, but this is about confidence, communication, endings. With the hand, he's got the skull in there, endings, changing, transformation that's going to take place. The energy is union. It's about union. Okay, when it comes to what we're struggling with, the energy of struggle. Remember, we had in that the push and pull. Well, we need to be strong in union, come together during this time when we're struggling with some of the energies, when we struggle with what we see coming into the harvest, okay? It's about listening again. We have that coming up a lot. Listening to what's actually taking place for the long term, okay? So don't miss the forest for the trees. Don't get caught up in the daily thing. Listen about what we're saying, about being heart-centered, etc., continuing forward for the long term, coming together, okay? Having more union, simplifying things. The challenge is balance. Staying in balance, that's a big challenge for people now. The lovers, okay? The lovers. Yabyum, the positive and the negative coming together. The lovers, okay? It's also representative of the spiritual and the mundane coming together, okay? Balancing that. Continuing to stay heart-centered will bring more balance as we're going through this point of this transformational time here on this planet now, that we're going through this difficult time, but it's about merging the spiritual and the mundane, okay? Part of the thing why I never made a physical ashram for my students is because you need to do it in daily life. You need to get awareness. You need to get enlightenment in daily life, rather than saying, oh, I need to escape to somewhere else to have it. I need to live in an ashram. I need to live in a contained environment. No, you need to do it where you're at. And this is why we're here. This is the school. This is the school of life. So you can't run away from life, but you need to bring balance in through your spirituality, through the heart-centered awareness, okay? Coming together, listening, simplifying, rather than trying to get too complex with things, and stay in balance, okay? Body. Now in this body we see the chakras, now I call the chakras the levels and layers of consciousness. And that's what we're here to do. We are here and we challenge each one of those levels and layers you have to go through, okay? And that's what we're here to do. We're moving through these levels and layers of consciousness. Okay, so let me get my book that I wrote, Kundalini from Hell to Heaven. For those that are more interested in spiritual journeys, the path, the energetic path. And I'm going to read from here the 7 realms or layers of consciousness so that you can understand it here. Okay, and that's what we're here to do, stay balanced. And we're here to move through these levels and layers of consciousness. Oh. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and read this whole part because this is really what we're going through here, and we are to that point where things are going to shift, okay? You keep talking about the division that's happening, okay? So the 7 realms or layers of consciousness. Within some Buddhist studies, the layers of consciousness are called realms. Within Hindu texts, they are called chakras. The realms or layers of consciousness hold personal and also mass mind awareness or planetary consciousness as well. What you are traversing is the planetary karmic path and evolutionary mind, as well as your own identification within it. So we will go through each of these layers. In each of the layers, you will more likely progress through your positive ideations and feelings within it, as well as the darkened ideations or colorizations of a negative nature. Remember this, that in the end, all comes from the source. The positives and negatives are created and sustained by body, mind, emotional attachments to persona. Once you have broken through the persona attachment, then the conditionings attached will also shatter and be cleared. As the Kundalini process continues, or as your life journey continues, in this case, each layer of consciousness encountered will bring forth feelings, symbolism, dreams, and direct cognitive experiences through form and within thought to be seen and confronted. Eventually, it will reach a point in which one must see through the illusion of it and dispel it by surrender 100% to Source within. Okay? In that heart space, into that divine is. So the number 1 mindset or realm to transit is that of survival. The first level you will transit is that of survival, maintaining your life. This brings up all the fears that are concerned with enough money, food, shelter, and keeping yourself safe. This will bring forward the fight or flight response. You may become concerned with self-survival, also planetary survival. Be aware what may arise are fears and phobias concerning personal safety and also the fear of death. Here is where there is a great emphasis given to taking supplements, exercising, all things that attempt to prolong life. While it is wise to take care of the temple, which is your body, your form, okay, there needs to be balance in all things. This is the number one basic realm. A balance in this area is one that sees the continuity of life, sees the patterns of change, and accepts that death is not the end, but simply a moving onwards to a new experience. Life is no longer feared, but entered into fully. Okay. The number two mindset or realm to transit is that of sexuality. The second level is closely integrated with the first, that of sexuality. And we see so many people stuck in that level and layer of consciousness, that of sexuality. Big one that affects quite a few people, okay? There could be either overabundance, wherein the sexual energies feel out of control and are indulged in excessively, or it may also go the other way, where they may be turned down or denied. This is a huge trap for many. This is why many gravitate towards the practices being touted as tantric. This type of tantric exercise is a two-edged sword, for it most often is entered into by those seeking a way to use sexual energies to progress. Tantra is not about sexuality, and therefore those chasing after this medium will encounter only more bondage. Many think that this sexual energy must become balanced, male-female. That again is a misperception. What needs to be balanced is the outflow. Sexuality is neither to be repressed nor chased after. And then once Kundalini begins, balance in all things is required. Repressed sexuality only leads to a mind that runs away in unhealthy avenues. The way to self-realization is not through sexual avenues. Only one whose focus is totally away from self and 100% surrendered within the divine may use this path as a way to liberation. Otherwise, it may become simply another trap of Maya in egoic pleasures in the name of spirituality. So keep your sexuality in balance. Honor your partner. Don't use it for selfish means. Don't fear it. Don't negate it. Don't chase after it. Keep it as a part of nature and in balance. Some caught in this realm try to exude sexual appeal and see conquest or clinging as part of their identity. Procreation and having children is a way that some feel able to ensure their ongoing identity. A balance here is what is needed regardless of whether one may or may not be in a relationship, but a healthy wholeness may be fully shared within a relationship. A healthy relationship sees and shares on all levels of intimacy. Number 3, mindset or realm to transit is that of personal power. The third level you will transit is that of forming your personal identity and creating success. Become either a mover and a shaker or feeling like a failure. Worrying about the success of yourself, company, country, or world. This is where one's status comes into play and also competitiveness. The personal sense creates the need for either status or recognition in competition. This is where the push occurs to have more, be more. There is either being an authority or fearing authority on the negative end. This will either push to establish or tear down. This is the realm of military might and moguls. This is a big egoic realm, a difficult one to traverse. Within this realm comes critical evaluation of yourself and others, attempting to come to a certain level of success. Those that are not within the push mode are in the ideation of being put down, depressed, have issues with authority. Some will do anything to avoid any level of confrontation. The balance here is where success is not seen as an outside accomplishment, but as simply being who and what you are without any need for external kudos or displays. There is no need to become anything, as everyone is at core level the same essence and valuation. None are higher or lower. And again, we see the narcissists that are stuck in that dynamic, also stuck in fear, also stuck in the sexuality drama, okay? They're stuck in a number of different levels and layers that they have not come to balance with, okay? Number 4 mindset or realm to transit is that of heart awareness. In this level comes the ones who are either out for themselves or on the other end of the spectrum, those that are the humble servants of humanity. Those that have no heart opening are only wrapped up within their own identification and self-serving emotions and motives. Again, this is being stuck in the narcissistic drama, and so many of them that we are now going into split, okay? Those that are in that negative dynamic, okay? You'll see all of them transiting through these, stuck in various avenues of these levels and layers of consciousness, okay? There is no compassion for others nor thought about anyone's welfare except their own. These are those that prey upon society to fill a hole that will not be filled. Then there are the do-gooders that perform all the right outer actions but are in it for self-recognition. These are the humble martyr types dripping with humility and good works. Unfortunately, the motive is just look at how humble I am. Many want to save the world even though they cannot save themselves and live in misery. This is a huge hurdle within the spiritual path. Some attempt to help others in a way to fill the hole or gap of pain that they themselves live within. Some confuse agape love with sexuality and wind up attempting to live within 2 realms at once. Some think that love means saving the world, whether the world wants it or not. A balance in this area consists of resting within a total wholeness and contentedness within yourself and all life. Moving in a spontaneous motion, compassion and empathy will occur as needed. Agape love is not grasping, but a contented knowing that all are simply the one. Love is a sharing of who you are, what you are, and giving what is needed in an appropriate way without looking for rewards. So the 5th mindset or realm to transit is that of creative endeavor, vibrations. This is the land of the dark void, bliss or poison. This is where words may come through and insights of various texts may become clear. Here is where you create by voice patterns of energy. All creation is simply energy moved by mind and conceptualization. Here is where you live and speak your truth or error. Here you actively enter creation. In the beginning, the Word was with God and the Word was God. Word makes creationary drama. As you change your focus, your language will also change. You are what you speak. All of creation comes from vibration patterns. This is the realm wherein you focus on the positive or negative and project it by the spoken word. So this is, again, when you're coming to these sites and all you want to do is project negativity and there's nothing going to happen and oh my God, and I don't have hope. What are you putting out? What are you creating? Okay, understand this. As you change your focus, your language will also change. Okay, let's see. Here, words and wisdoms may come as concepts and glimmers, but do not think they are what you are seeking. There is further to go. So do not turn away from inquiry and mindfulness, yet there is yet further to go on the path. Here is the danger of equating knowing about with knowing. Om, the highest mantra that takes one from division to one-pointed focus. Om takes one from sound to silence. Om takes one to the subtle formless. A balance in this area is wherein balance is entered, where one no longer chases positives or negatives, where spontaneous words of compassion and wisdom flow. Number 6 mindset or realm to transit is that of mental and subtle realms. In this realm, one enters into subtle phenomena, lights, astral planes, cities. This is the land of the last crossing. Mara, or intellectual delusion, plays very subtle tricks to keep the ego in play. Here, ego can be seen through. Here is where the cities must be let go of. Cities are powers or things that come along the way, okay? Here is where the mind goes off on subtle experience or surrenders to the silence and one. All phenomena is that of the realm of creation. To reach beyond creation and creator to source, this realm must be passed through. Here is the last great barrier. Here it is, you must be diligent and not be pulled into the world of psychic and paranormal. Now, when I'm talking about psychic and paranormal, I'm talking about those, trying to manipulate things. Is what I'm talking about, trying to manipulate things. Here you must be firm in your commitment to turn your back on cities and powers. Here is the place where surrender is paramount, where neti or not this should be used when phenomena starts to pull you in. It's here that you start to lose the self-identity and can begin to enter into a sarvikalpa samadhi. Okay? So when balanced, the intellectual mind play ends and stilled awareness prevails. What is required comes in as required. Nothing need be held. Sarvikalpa samadhi is found here. Okay, so the samadhi is that coming to a balance point of a change of consciousness begins to take place. Okay, this is where one starts to, again, lose that identification of ego sense, control, domination, all of those types of things, okay? So number 7 realm is entered here, beyond the mind. So most of the world play, what's going on now, most of it is up to the 5th realm, okay? The 5th realm is mostly what people are dealing with, where they're at. Now, unless they are really heavily into the spiritual path, then they will coming to the 6th and 7th realms. Okay, number 7 realm is entered here, beyond the mind. Here in this realm, one enters into non-duality. One passes through the demise of the false egoic mind and conditionings blown out and shattered. What remains here is the non-dual realm. Here is where one goes beyond mind and senses into a nirvikalpa samadhi, which is the primal source or essence, that pregnant void of infinite unending potential, place of that which is beyond birth and death. Within here all is stripped bare, then spit back into life as a new creation. From here one will descend back into either heart or wisdom. There will be spontaneous action which has no center. This is the end of the search, but merely the beginning of life. Balance is when Sahaj Samadhi remains. Sahaj is effortless. You've gone into a transformation of consciousness, and now it's effortless, okay? Where Advaita Dvaita are ever non-dual in nature, for within integration within Nirvikalpa Sahaj Samadhi, the world of phenomena and transient are known to be empty in nature. Liberation remains if conditionings in the egoic mind are not pulled back into. Okay. So there you have it. I'm sorry this was a long one, but it's about understanding where we are progressing, simplifying things now, what we're speaking, what we're communicating again, the confidence to understand the path forward, simplifying what you're dealing with on a daily basis, the harvest, the things that are coming in, having more of a union with the energies, okay, the push and pull of things, listening and understanding for the long term, coming into balance when it comes to the positive, the negative, the transient, the permanent, okay, this realm and the spiritual realm, etc. The body, understand the levels and layers of consciousness that we are passing through. That is the journey, okay, that is the journey and what we are facing on this planet as we are making this division. Those that are in, and as you heard from the 7 realms, the layers of consciousness, which mostly dealing up to the 5th level, that is being transited through, okay? So understand the journey, and you can hear from those that are in the negative realm. And again, Trump is a good example of that, the one that's in the egoic realm of the negative versus those that are in the realm of the positive, heart-centered, compassion, etc. So these are the things we are transiting through as this division is taking place, okay? So on that note, I'll leave that here. That was a long one today. I hope I didn't bore you, and we'll see you online.